Lovely to see you.
Yeah,
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Curious what it was like coming into the middle child syndrome in a franchise like John Wick 2 for the both of you.
There's like pros and cons. The pros are that when you've seen the first film and you loved it as much as we both did, you're just excited and you know what you're getting yourself into. You know, you've seen the fight scenes, the sequences that Chad's created. You know what's going to be expected, and you know that it worked and people loved it. And the con, it's not a con so much as just being like mindful that it has such a huge fan base, you know, ourselves included, and you just want to do the best job that you can, because Keanu's no joke. You know, he really knows his martial arts. He knows, you just have to Google that scene where he was practicing with the guns, and it was when I was learning how to use guns, and I was like, oh, see what Keanu, it's just like, never mind. Goes through like 17 guns, and he's like, you know, shooting all the targets and reloading, and it's just, it kind of makes you very inspired and motivated to get into gear quick.
Yeah, and one thing I think about, you know, Ruby and myself, I could say is we both are up for the challenge, you know, like, you know, we come in, and though it's obviously respect, and like, I'm grateful, we're grateful to be a part of this, but it's like, man, we want to deliver. Like, and I have faith, you know, I had faith coming in, like, okay, we're working with one of the best, but I'm gonna get there. And I was like, you know, every day just working towards like making sure that this craft was right, whether it's knife fu, whether it's the martial arts, or you know, and the Italian, the sign language, it was all of it. We just wanted to deliver.
Right. What was it like playing a killer who is silent for you, Ruby?
It was good. It was interesting. It changed a lot. It wasn't like that to start, and then we kind of morphed, you know, areas around a bit, and then it kind of made sense that this is such a global group of people, these assassins, and they're very worldly, and that's why everyone kind of can speak all these different languages. And essentially, they've picked the best of the bunch in the world to, you know, deal with the situation at hand. And with me, the sign language, I loved learning American Sign Language. I found the whole thing really fascinating, and I want to continue it up. I think that more people should actually learn it. And I liked it because it meant that I was not thinking about what I was going to say or how I was going to say it and what accent and all those sort of things. It was just my intention and the conviction of what message I wanted to get across had to be very concise, because it's just that moment. It's just that one bit of that close-up on the eyes or the close-up on what I'm saying with my hands, and that's it.
That's kind of funny, as you were talking about that, people who don't know a lot about acting, like some of my family members, they'll call and be like, do you know your lines? Do you know your lines?
Yeah.
And just think you didn't even have to know too many lines, so they couldn't say that to you, right?
It's true, although but when the lines, like sometimes it'll be something really easy, like, hi, how are you? Or I never got to say that. It's things like, run away right now, John Wick is coming. But then what you have to do with your hands is far worse, like harder to remember than, so I wasn't remembering my lines as much as like the intention and the actual physical stuff. It was hard.
That's more difficult than lines.
Yeah, it is.
In a week or two, you're going to have 3 action movies in cinemas at the same time.
Wow.
I mean, that's kind of an assault on Hollywood.
A friend of mine was filming down Sunset, and there was like a XXX thing, and then there was the John Wick one and the Resident, and she's like, why are you everywhere? It's really aggressive. It was not intentional. I shot them all, you know, back to back, and then they all came out within 3 weeks of another. Yeah. But it's been fun because they're different characters and such amazing casts with each film. So I get to kind of reconnect with Keanu and Common, and then reconnect with other people for the other different films. So I feel very blessed, considering 18 months ago I didn't have a film, and now I've done 5.
Wow, that's a blessing.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
That's quick moves. Speaking of quick moves, you, as I mentioned earlier, you had a brief scene with Keanu in Street Kings, but what was it like to reconnect and put together the choreography for this film?
Well, this film, I think, you know, as soon as I saw Keanu coming from his first rehearsal, he was like, yeah, it's good to see you again, you know, but I could see the intensity that it was time to take it up notches, you know, and I was like, he was very warm and like welcoming and saying like, we're gonna have fun, but
did he have that smirk?
Yeah, he had that little
smirk. Like, I just did 8 hours of training, kind of. Yeah,
exactly. And I'm already in the groove of this. I'm working on it. I am John Wick. Like, he is John Wick. So it's like, wow, I got to come in and really get at it. So I went up. I remember going up that elevator like, hey, I'm gonna deliver. I'm gonna deliver with Keanu. And you know, by the time we started working together in rehearsals, I think he saw that I was gonna be hard working, because in Street Kings, we had this one dramatic scene, and that was it. Like, it was just a lot of back and forth dialogue. But, you know, you wonder sometimes how hard and how committed certain actors are when it comes to things like this. And he is one of the most committed actors I've ever worked with.
Mm-hmm.